see what's happening. And then that's on. That's there. That's there. I'm here. Hello! I'm going to answer some more of your questions. Finally. Sorry. It's been a long time. So I know I said I'd do these once a month, and specifically on this one I said I'll try and get back on it sooner next time, and it's been longer. So I apologise. Some of these questions may be obsolete by now, but I'm going to answer them anyway, and I will endeavour to do them quicker next time. So here we go. First up. Okay, this is an interesting one. He's going to do water slide. Yes! And he's going to film the process of covering it. I fucking love this channel. Okay, so by now you'll have noticed that I've not done water slide. The main reason, I worked it out, and I've tabbed it almost all of it out, so I've got until about halfway through the big solo at the end, the last solo. So incidentally, if any of you want the tab to that, my tab that I've done, then message me on Facebook and I'll send you the tab for where I've got to. But the problem I had, I worked most of it out, and then I played it and I was practicing it, and I just got so bored. So bored. Really bored. Nothing really happened. It didn't go anywhere. It didn't really interest me. And as a technical achievement, it would have been good, but no, I just got bored. So, sorry. But if you want the tab, Facebook, I'll send it you. Okay, next up, Flaming Xander. How legitimate do you think the term swancore is as a genre? I think the term swancore, it's not really a genre, is it? I think it's more a reference to the bands, the family of bands from the Blue Swan label. So anything to do with Will Swan, our Dance Gavin Dance, who obviously started the whole thing, is classed as swancore. So a lot of bands have sort of left. Equal Vision have picked up several, but they're still swancore. But I think it more refers to the family of bands that are the Blue Swan related, because they all kind of know each other and they're all interchange, and the singers sing with each other and tour with each other and stuff. So it's a community rather than a genre. Genres in general are just mostly bollocks these days, because you can just make anything up and say it's a genre. So swancore is perfectly legitimate, I think. Sven Westerbeek, got your name right. Do you have any recommendations for cheap amps, pedals? I'm currently digging the Earthquaker devices, but they are too expensive. Yes, they are. Looking for reverb chorus. I'd love to learn from your experience on this matter. Amp-wise, if you want something that's got lots of effects and things built in, then the Vox VT amps, of all the ones that do like the amp modelling and the effects and stuff, because you've got your PV do one, obviously your Line 6, your Spiders and all that sort of thing, but Vox do one that is just better than them. There's a little valve in it, so that just sweetens the sound of everything, and the amp models are pretty good. It's very versatile. If you go for something like the PV or the Line 6, they do like a fizzy metal tone quite well, and that's about it. Everything else is just meh. So if you want an all-in-one unit, the Vox VT series is good. They do a VT, I think it's VT 120, the 120 watt is the biggest one, but they do anything from 20 watt. I think it's a 20, a 40, a 60, 80, 100, and then maybe a 120 as well. So that'll be something to look into. They are good amps, they sound nice, and they do a lot of things. As for pedals, I don't really use a lot of pedals. The ones I do use, little hot tone pedals, they're about this big, and they do a full range of loads of them. They are awesome little things. They all just sound very good, and you're looking £50 to £70, or whatever that translates to in other currencies. They're a lot less expensive than the Earthquaker things and other boutique-y type pedals, so they're quite good. X-Vive, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but X-V-I-V-E, X-Vive, that's what I say. Some of those ones are quite good as well. I've got a reverb of theirs, it's called Max Verb, and it's got the most sweet and beautiful sounding big long whole reverb on it ever, so that's quite nice. As for chorus, I don't really use chorus. I don't think I've ever really used chorus at all, really. I don't think I've ever had a chorus pedal. a full set of pedals that I have got, or that I did have, were T-Rex pedals. They were quite expensive, but they were excellent pedals. So still probably maybe a bit less than the Earthquaker things. I'm not sure. I suppose it depends what you're looking for. But T-Rex are very good, a bit more expensive. But Hot Tone and X-Vive, however you pronounce it, are good little pedals. Check those out. Austin Nelson. Hello. Right. Oh, it starts with a right. Right. I do like the new A Lot Like Birds style, but the fact that the change happened because the guitarist thinks post-hardcore is a dead genre kind of gives me some cognitive dissonance. At least the switch up resulted in Kurt making music in Eternity Forever and Pushover though. Eternity Forever, yes. Pushover, meh. That one song, I covered it, I can't remember what it's called. It's sort of just gone out of my head completely now. I don't know, it was an alright little EP, but that was a good song, the other two were meh. Whereas Eternity Forever, nah, you know what I mean. As for A Lot Like Birds, Mark actually replied to this, saying, if Mike lets me, I'll answer this one. So, he can answer this one. I'm sure he has lots of views and lots of very well thought out, well spoken, articulate opinions on this. My opinion is, I didn't really know. That's why he changed the sound of it. I know that the new is alright. I quite like it. I've still not got the album, but I've heard it. But it's not really compelled me to buy it. So, yeah, Mark would be much better answering that one. So I'll hand the reins over to him. Sour Diesel. Hello. Hi, Mike. Hello. What's your favourite road trip music? Just whatever you're listening to at the moment. Do you listen... Okay, there's several questions here. Okay, what's your favourite road trip music? Just whatever you're listening to at the moment. Yeah, pretty much. It's either whatever I'm listening to at the moment or whatever I'm feeling, or sometimes I just put my phone on random shuffle and it just chooses anything from the however many thousand songs I've got on my phone. Or podcasts. I listen to a lot of podcasts. In fact, I listen to 2 podcasts. I listen to Penn Sunday School and Matt and Mattingly's Ice Cream Social. They're my 2 podcasts. I'm a member of the Penn Sunday School congregation, and I'm a scoop. I don't know if any of you are. If you are, that would be amazing. So I listen to those, and I'm trying to catch up on those, because they release 2 hours, like 2 hour-and-a-half episodes a week, and I've not got that much time. So I lag behind a lot. So I listen to a lot of podcasts. But yeah, generally it's just whatever I'm listening to, really. Okay, next. Do you listen to EDM? Nah, not really. Just not really. It's not really my cup of tea, as it were. Okay. If you had a time machine, what band would you go back in time to join? Or would you go forward in time to hear what's going on there? Thanks, brah. If I was to go back in time, I would love to be in a band I'd love to be in like Boston or something like that. Some proper 70s, 80s, just classic rock stuff. That would be amazing. In fact, I think it would be Boston. I would love to be in Boston. Sebastian Mendez. Greetings from Chile. Greetings. Do you know, like 12 Foot Ninja? Would you do a cover of them? Point of View solo is juicy. Point of View solo is juicy. I've heard of 12 Foot Ninja, although I'm very much not familiar with their songs, so I will listen to some and see what I think of it. If I enjoy it, I will add it to my list. Derek Dorfmeyer. Hey, Derek. Looking for a left-handed guitar. Haven't found much besides the white Steve Vai Ibanez you have. It's a beautiful guitar, and obviously I know it sounds amazing. Did you modify it at all? No. That is, as is, about 13 years old. That's it. No modifications whatsoever. And reply, also looking to modify a cheaper guitar like you did with your cuts, but can't find any cuts for left hand. Any suggestions on some other cheaper brands that would be good for it? You think Sawtooth would be a good brand or no? Sawtooth? I'm afraid I've never heard of Sawtooth, so can't help you there. Decent cheap guitars, backwards and in. That's a phrase. They do left-handed versions of the Courts. Again, they don't make those anymore, and they don't do those in left-handed. I don't think they ever did. But they do a G series and the KX series. They do those in left-handed, and an X Court, or Court X Court. do like an X1 and things like that. They're pretty cheap, and you can do those up because they're quite nice with the necks. So you should be able to find one somewhere. Other cheaper brands that would be good for it. Cheaper Yamaha stuff's pretty good. Pacificas are all quite decent. So there's a Pacifica 012 and a 112 that you could probably modify quite well, put some decent pickups in. That might be quite good. Yeah, I'd probably go for those, but I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find a left-handed cut somewhere. I'm not sure where you are in the world, but just keep looking, because they are out there. Josh Baker, what kind of guitar picks do you use? I use, currently, these little beasties. They are Dunlop Max Grip Jazz 3s. Teensy little things, and I just find the grip really nice on them. For a long time, for many years, I used these. So the Tortex just blue 1mm picks, and then I just thought I'm going to switch it up, and I moved to these ones, and I found them really good. So I've stuck with them, and they're helping quite a lot. So those are my preferences. If I use a normal size pick now, it feels like it's like a paddle. It just feels a bit odd because I'm used to the little ones. But I'll probably swap back at some point because that's what you do. Pele994. Hey, I'm Mike. I have 3 questions for you. Question 1. Do you have an actual list of songs you eventually want to cover? It'd be cool to get a sneak peek of the potential treats we could expect. I did. And then there are just so many, I just started writing them down randomly or putting them on my phone, and then I just kind of lost touch of exactly what I'm doing. So it's more a mental list, and I can always go back and read comments, and I can always look at Facebook messages and things. So yeah, I know roughly a load of songs that I'm going to cover, and then it's just random as to when I pick them and what I do. But there is a list, but it's mostly in here nowadays. Nearly pulled my glasses off then. Question 2. Would you ever consider doing a second channel of other material? Vlogs, less polished guitar videos, anything else you feel might not fit with this particular channel? No, not really. I think anything fits within this channel. I figured this is my channel, this is me. It's not all just polished covers, you know, I do some vlogs and bits like that. I don't think there's any point in me doing a second channel, to be honest, because I'm quite happy just chucking anything up on this one. Because, yeah, it's good. And question 3. You seem to enjoy working with your friends Mark and Jake. Could you ever see yourself doing collabs with any other YouTubers? Thanks in advance. I've done one so far, which is this one.
Why don't you let me go?
With Josh Ford. If you've not checked him out, go check out his channel. That was my first delve into the world of collaborating. I've spoken to quite a lot of other YouTubers, and I'm going to do some more. It's just getting the time and then working the logistics out of it. But I suppose the more I do, the more comfortable and easier I'll be able to do that. So yes, more collabs. Roscoe Keller. Roscoe, have you ever listened to or considered covering Geneva? I'd swear it falls into your taste. With a link.
Beep.
I shall click this link and listen to its delights.
Slow down! Waiting for a place to rest.
Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Sounds quite basic, quite sort of standard, but yeah, it's alright, not bad. Maybe I'll listen to some more and see if there's anything coverable. That's good. Okay, Crusher Banshee. Hey, Crusher. Hey mate, you do a lot of covers and tutorials of how to make those covers, but I would love to know, and I'm sure others do as well, what your practice regime looks like to get faster and more accurate. I find myself not improving as much as I want because I don't follow a specific warm-up and exercises. I go through phases with practicing. Most of my time is taken up by working out songs and transcribing things for people, particularly recently. So I don't really have a structured practice routine. I suppose when I come across something that I can't do or need to work on for a song that I'm doing, either for myself or for someone else, for a pupil or whatever, then I'll sort of knuckle down on a particular technique for that song. At the minute, I've been trying to work on economy picking a lot more. So things like even just basic stuff like going through a scale, but with a down, up, down, 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 down, up, down. So it's which I'm alright at until I get to faster speeds, then it all kind of falls apart. So I'm trying to do that quite a lot and come back down. So I'm getting there a little bit. Rick Graham is an excellent one that I've been watching quite a lot of recently. And some of his exercises, he's just got the most just perfect picking technique ever. He's just so, he doesn't move and he's playing a million notes at a time, and it's just so good. A good exercise that I've been doing, I'm working on, is an arpeggio thing that he's been doing, but with that economy picking thing. So then it's going up and down like that, but he plays it just like that. So yeah, I'm working on a few things at the minute. I don't have a very specific structured practice routine, but when I come across a particular thing that I need to work on, I stick to that, and I really do that. So yeah, I probably should do some form of proper practice, but I don't have time to really nail my practice schedule. But yeah, now that I think of it, I'm going to try and do some more of that in the future. David Beltran. Hi Mike, I want to start playing guitar, but I don't know how to do it. Do you have any tips for this? I love your cover videos. Greetings from Mexico. Greetings. Get a guitar and just start. Just with sort of anything, anywhere. Because the more you think, I don't know how to do it, then you just won't do it. So, again, this was a couple of months ago, so hopefully you've got one by now and you've started the basics. The first thing that I got, the first book that I got when I first got a guitar was just a little book like this, and it had a CD with it, and it was like 50 of your first guitar riffs or licks or something like that, and it had stuff like things like Walk This Way. So it had simple stuff like those sorts of licks. And there was Walk Don't Run by the Ventures. I always remember that one, because that was one I was quite proud when I learned to play it, and it just felt so good. And it goes, you know, really simple things like that. What was another one? The Riverboat Song. There was you know, little riffs like that. Learn some of your basic chords. Just make sure you get your open chord positions nailed. So C, A, G, E, G, and then minors again: A minor, D minor, D minor, and a few sevens and bits and bobs like that. But don't get too intimidated by it. Just do what you can do and stay simple. Don't aim too high to start with. Always have those goals, but just stay within your limits to start with. And again, just a few YouTube videos of very basic things are all fine, but you'll get to a point where you really need lessons. So either find a local teacher, or again, I do Skype lessons, so if you get to that point, let me know and I can help you out, and so on. So yeah, just get one and start with stuff, anything, but just start. Killer Taco! Hey! I was wondering if you heard of the band Lobby Boxer. No. If not, we'll consider checking them out. Yes. Maybe doing a cover or tutorial of this song. We shall see. I like it so far. That's good. I like it. Okay, I'm going to say, yes, I like this band, just from listening to that first riff and just working it out. Okay, I'm going to say yes. I'm going to subscribe to Lobby Boxer. I like that song. Yeah. Aaron Bowling. Howdy, Mike. Howdy, Aaron. I love your guitar content, thank you. And my question is, would you be interested in doing bass guitar covers / lessons? I'll mainly be focusing on guitar. I do play bass and I do teach bass. I have a few bass pupils. And I've done like probably 3 or 4 bass covers. Not really many. I've included bass in several of my other covers, so if there's a break where there's just some bass, I usually do that. But, I don't know, I enjoy playing bass, but not as much as guitar. I find bass is an additional thing, whereas guitar is just, that's what I love. So yeah, I'll probably do some more bass covers at some point, but I need the right song to come along. That's what I need. Any suggestions, just let me know. Sean Brady. Hey Sean, I've spoke to you quite a lot since 2 months ago, so yeah, this is probably irrelevant now, but I'll answer you anyway. I'm looking to get another guitar. What aspects should I be looking for, and what manufacturers would you say to be top in the business? Same for getting a better amp. I can't remember what sort of guitar you've got at the minute, but again, I always recommend Cort, because they're all just very good. And again, Yamaha, they do some decent, cheaper things. It depends on your budget. Again, Cort stuff ranges from £100 to, again, £800 to £900, and anything in between. So I would just say, find out what your budget is. If it's, $500, and then go somewhere to a big guitar store and just pick out several guitars you like the look of at $500, and then play them all and listen to them all and feel them all, and there'll be 1 or 2 that just stand out. Guitars are very personal things. I know, again, people who've spent thousands and thousands of pounds on like a PRS, for example. I had a friend a few years ago who bought like a custom PRS thing, and it was a gorgeous guitar, but he loved it. But I just couldn't get on with playing it. It just felt wrong. It just, it just wasn't right. So yes, they're a personal taste thing. So find your budget, go and try lots of guitars at that budget, and see which one works. Kind of same thing for the amp. Amps are almost a personal taste thing. There are certain types of amp that you could go for, particularly at your more sort of beginner / intermediate level that you're at. Maybe something like, again, I mentioned before, something like the Vox VT series, because they've got loads of different sounds and they do loads of things, and they're all quite good. So maybe I'd go for, like a Cort something. A Cort KX1Q might be quite nice, because they're decent. It's a bit like my KX up there, but the cheaper version of that, again, depending on budget. And a Vox VT amp. Boom. Paul Smith, would you cover any Animals as Leaders stuff? No, probably not. Tosin Abasi is an incredible guitar player, but it's not my style of playing. I'd have to basically just learn a whole host of new techniques and stuff, which might be an interesting thing to do, but I don't know if I'm that interested in doing it at the minute. Plus he's got that weird backwards thumb thing that goes back, and he goes to that weird thumping thing, which I've never really understood. So probably not. Rafael Mastanza. Hey dude. Hey Mike, here goes a hard question. What do you think is the most weak part of your playing? Love from Spain. I know what I'd love to be able to do. Players like Jason Richardson and again Rick Graham and these sorts of people can play at blisteringly fast speeds, but with such cleanliness and accuracy with the picking. So I think picking very, very fast runs accurately. I can pick quite fast, and I can play things faster than I can pick. But yeah, combining the two and getting just ridiculously speedy runs and things like that. I'm alright. Okay, again, I've got legato. Runs like that are, again, fine. But picking it all, accurately. No. Those sorts of things, you know what I mean? I can sweep and stuff. You know, those sorts of things I'm alright at, but yeah, just the real hardcore accuracy of very, very fast playing is what I think is one of my weakest areas. And that's, again, something I'm working on when I do practice properly. So there we go. I believe that's all of the questions. Yes, it is. So I will endeavour to do this sooner than like 2 and a bit months after. I was planning on 1 a month, but then I just didn't. Because, you know, that's what I do. So any questions you have, leave in the comments of this video, and I'll try and do it sooner next time and answer them when it's more relevant to answer them. So yeah, I'll see you next time. See you later. Hello! Thank you very much for watching my video. This is just a quick reminder that I'm offering Skype lessons. So if you are interested, head to facebook.com/mikerisms and message me, or email me at mike_rapier@hotmail.co.uk. I'm also offering a song transcription service. So this could be anything from a small snippet of a guitar solo that you can't work out or can't play, to a full score of a full band, 2 guitars, bass, drums, and everything else. Once again, head to Facebook/mikerisms, give me a like and message me on there, or email me at mike_rapier@hotmail.co.uk. Thank you. I'll see you next time.